Hello everybody, my name is Blake, and welcome back to the Steel Donut Collective. With me is Yella.
Good day.
Connor.
Hello there.
Bob.
This is my final intro line.
And Matt.
Hey, I'm Matt.
And we're here live, all together except for Yella, who is still...
The Americans are together.
Yes.
The Mara boys.
Yeah,
I'm still all the way over here in Europe.
Yeah, somewhere over there in the country of Europe.
That beautiful
that one
country.
big country.
The country of Europe.
Yeah. So, and we're reading more Arfie. Hashtag Arfie. A Reason for Insanity by the Chuckinator. Things are heating up.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
As they always do.
Yeah, as we go into
They just
chapter
never
7,
cool down.
pregnancy.
Yeah.
Like you said, Chapter 7, Pregnancy.
If you remember from the last episode, total twist. We never saw this coming.
Right.
You could never tell.
Tails came in and saw her.
Shadow, what's wrong?
I'm pregnant.
She cried, pushing her face into the pillow again. She resumed sobbing. The fox's eyes widened in shock.
I'm assuming you don't want it? I'm just guessing here.
Just spit it out.
I mean, you're crying and you're pregnant, so
Yeah.
I'm guessing no baby.
I'm gonna guess
Those
tears
don't
of
look like
sadness
happy
instead of
tears,
of
so...
Yeah.
joy. Happy little
I'm so happy to have this baby, I'm sobbing into my pillow.
I'm pregnant. I'm actually happy. I'm thrilled.
Yeah. I wonder if that's how Drax turned it around. Remember when he was like, fuck you, God?
Yeah, maybe. Shadow shook her head. She didn't want to abort it. Maybe she could give it up for adoption.
We had this moral conundrum last time.
That's also true. I do want it. I just don't think it's... Sonic is enough to deal with it right now.
I think Sonic's kind of out of the picture.
Yeah, I feel like Sonic's not going to be really involved with this.
This is the kind of thing where I feel like Sonic, yes, has enough to deal with, and also is not going to deal with. Like, even if
he's not going to be a part of this.
even if all of that other stuff kind of cleared up, I don't think it's going to clear up enough that he's going to be able to be a father.
Sonic is mentally destroyed.
Yeah.
He's got no arms.
At this point, if you
that
went in there and
also-
said,
that's also
if you
a
said,
good
Sonic,
point.
you're a dad, he'd just be in the corner mumbling. I mean,
Yeah, he wouldn't be
nothing would change.
aware.
Yeah.
Tails thought about it.
Maybe you could raise it by yourself, or give the baby up for adoption when it's born.
Options the narrator suggested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also-
Tails agree with the narrator.
Shadow hesitated.
Of course
She was thinking about doing the latter.
Yeah,
what
we
she
know.
couldn't do was abort it. We know.
Wow.
She didn't like that.
Yeah.
Where have
Show,
I
then
heard
tell,
that
then
before,
show,
I
then
wonder?
tell, then show, then tell.
Yeah.
It's an endless cycle of telling and showing.
9 out of 10 doctors, plus Tails, plus the narrator, plus Shadow herself agree.
Several times over. Oh man, if it's like a show and tell, like a talent show, I really hope Tails goes up and plays Earth Angel.
No, I was going to say tell it's the equivalent of everyone in the class bringing potato batteries.
Yeah.
No, I was just going to say, yeah, I bet Chuckinator did really good at show and tell. He's very good at showing and then telling.
Well, he's really good at the telling part.
Yeah.
I made a potato battery, and then I left it at home, but I can tell you about it.
Yeah.
Here, I made a
Yeah,
potato
I can tell you all
battery, and in case
the
you didn't
steps
hear me,
I took to make
I
it.
made a potato battery.
So it's a potato and it's a battery, and it's a potato battery.
Did I tell you about the
Et
potato
cetera,
battery?
et cetera.
Isn't that the tagline for Pillow Pets?
It's a potato and a battery.
Yeah.
Pillow
It's a
pets.
pillow. It's a pet. It's a pillow
Pillow
pet.
pet.
I'll see how everything turns out. Right now, I think I'm going to give it up for adoption. Fuck, it's not working today. Whatever.
It's fine.
It's working great.
Yeah.
Tails hesitated,
God, fuck damn.
and then nodded.
Oh,
He left the
double
room
action.
and yeah. Whoa. He left the room and closed the door as Shadow continued to sob.
He just
What an
left.
asshole! He didn't even say bye. If
He
she and
didn't say
Sonic
bye.
hadn't gotten,
He didn't say okay. He didn't say
he didn't
okay.
even.
Yeah, just
didn't say
nothing. He
anything.
just left.
I mean, the situation kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah. Yes. Show then tell, then show then tell. If she and Sonic hadn't gotten drunk and had sex, this wouldn't have happened.
Wow.
Is that judgmental or just state mental?
It's state mental. It's 100% state mental.
Yeah. Chuckinator's not judging. He's literally just stating what happened.
He's stating what
Yeah.
happened.
If
for
they
anyone-
hadn't, this
Yeah.
wouldn't
for
be
There's no-
anyone
happening.
who forgot.
You know,
They engaged in
there's
an
no
act
blame.
of intercourse that would lead to the formation of the baby.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
there's no judgment in it. It's just this. If they hadn't done this, things would have been different because
This is a little
events would have
story
been
he
different.
wrote to demonstrate his understanding of sexual reproduction for his sex ed class.
This is the story of a girl who cried a river.
And drowned the whole world.
Oh,
If there was ever a story where that would happen, it would be a reason for insanity.
Yeah.
Shadow
Yeah.
is crying a river and drowning.
Sonic that can't swim.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Oh no!
The fucking
Yeah, there you go. You see like air bubbles from from Sonic's mouth turning into numbers.
From his mouth and his arms.
yeah, also there.
His fucking little breathing stumps.
His arms are also drowning.
Fucked up.
Why did I let that happen?
She asked her pillow.
If I hadn't been so stupid.
She continued to sob. Shadow wasn't sure what to do now with Sonic in a mental hospital. Tails looked at the door one more time before whimpering and heading downstairs.
He does so much whimpering in this
So
story.
dramatic.
He just looked at the door. That's
Hearing her crying was going to make him start crying if he didn't find something to distract himself with.
Yeah.
So he
I hate.
Foxes
just-
don't cry,
he's-
man.
He just really hates having empathy.
Yeah.
That's why he's just going to distract himself.
No, like crying is seen as a sign of weakness with humans usually, but in the world of foxes, it's like, you know, if you're seen crying, you might as well just die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crying equals dying, as they say.
You're
Yeah.
like a social pariah for crying.
Yeah.
Oof. That sounds really awful.
He hesitated,
Of course.
then went into his room and went to bed. Good distraction.
Good
All the
distraction.
crying
Let's
eventually
just go to
faded,
sleep.
turning to small hiccups as Shadow fell asleep.
So he didn't distract himself. He just waited until Shadow cried herself to sleep, and then he went to sleep as well.
Yeah.
I guess.
The next day, Shadow woke up and went downstairs. The phone rang and she answered it. It was the mental hospital.
Oh, okay. Good.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hey, things are being followed up on. That's nice. Hello?
She asked.
Is this Shadow the Hedgehog?
It is. To whom am I speaking to?
Oh, God, so...
To whom am I speaking to?
To whom Stefan
This is the manager of the hospital.
The hospital.
Yeah.
There's
the
a manager?
Yeah,
only,
I want to
You
let
know,
you know we have
look,
some
I
really
everything-
specials going on
I
right
only
now.
work one day a fucking week, okay? I come in here on Friday and I do all the manager shit.
I just
and I'm
need to
not
be
here again
sure
till
that
next
when-
Friday.
Yeah.
When everybody's clocking out, their registers are all counted up properly.
Yeah, I'm doing a manager special right now. We'll set one broken arm and set the other one for free.
He's a rent a manager. They rent him in one day a week to do the manager shit.
He's a ram, rent a manager.
Yeah. We wanted to let you know that Sonic has been moved here.
Okay, I mean, what?
The hospital.
Yeah. Just
You know the one.
I mean, I don't really know
That one
why.
over there.
I don't really know why we wanted to let you know that. Now that I think about it, I mean,
Eh?
I guess.
I mean, he was moved from somewhere, so clearly there's more than one hospital.
Yeah, and it's just never going to say.
It's the hospital and the mental hospital.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
there's only
Well,
two.
you know, this is the hospital. The previous one was the mental hospital. Also
But no,
known as-
it was the mental hospital calling the manager of the hospital.
it's the mental hospital. It's the nut.
Maybe it's maybe. Hey guys, maybe story just bad.
Maybe story bad.
My
Weird
favorite, you know,
idea.
there's something great about recording in person because my favorite jokes are the ones I make where Connor tries not to laugh and then laughs anyway.
That's basically what happens every time I tickle him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's nice.
yeah.
Shadow
I
hesitated.
guess.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
How long will he... Oh, I'm sorry. Wow, what am I doing?
How long will he be there?
Shit. Where's my note? All I can say for certain is that he's going to be here for a long time.
25 to
the
life
fuck?
in the mental hospital.
That's all I got.
What the fuck?
What an asshole.
Yeah, he's at the mental jail.
Yeah.
The mental prison.
Wow.
Solitary
I mean-
confinement.
I mean,
he ain't gonna see the
to
sun
be-
for the rest of his life.
You know what? To the manager's credit, which my mistake. I know.
Yeah,
At
I
least-
can already tell
at
you're
least
fucking up
he's-
here.
At least he's honest, I guess. Question mark. Maybe
We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, true. Can we visit him at all?
We'll let you know when you can.
Shadow nodded.
At least it's not. We'll let you know if you can. At least it's
We'll
like.
let you know if you can. Alright.
At least it's like you will be able to, just not right now. He's there because of his schizophrenia and other complications, right? What will happen to him?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. I don't know why else he'd fucking be there.
And I love the manager.
No, he's there on a technicality.
Yeah. The manager was silent for a few moments, and Shadow could hear him looking through some papers.
Let's see here.
We're like, what is he in here for? I wasn't prepared before this phone call.
Considering what he says, it's like he has a pre-done script. Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at the flow chart.
Yeah.
Let me just consult all of my papers.
Yeah, other complications? Yeah, I guess that's what you call that
When
shit.
the customer mentions other complications, follow this line to get to this answer.
Yeah, complications. Yeah, I guess that sums that
There's
shit
like
up.
a whole playbook just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the play.
We're going to be doing our best to help him.
What a non-answer.
Wow.
Sir
I mean,
or
I would fucking
son
hope so.
or daughter or nephew or niece
Or loved one or hated one.
Or significant
has
other.
been contained in our
You're
hospital.
one.
Has contained / been lost in our hospital.
Your acquaintance / friend / lover.
Yeah.
Lover.
Why not at this point?
No.
Thank you.
Shadow said. She hung up and sat on the couch, sobbing in grief.
Didn't even wait for him to say goodbye. Just
I
hung
mean,
the
she's
phone.
done enough hesitating in the story
yeah,
already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't even,
At least.
she hesitated, but he didn't say anything to that, so she just hung up.
Oh.
He was already checked out of that conversation.
Well, I mean, he ran out of stuff on the flowchart.
Yeah,
He got to the end of it. So.
There was no way to end the conversation on the flowchart. It just stopped after.
No, at the very end, all the lines lead to, and after this conversation, if you could stay on the line, there's going to be a customer survey that we could really, if you could just fill out the survey and tell my managers how I was doing on the phone, that would be
Wait,
cool.
I am the manager, though.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have to do
I
any of
give
that
myself a 5 out of 5.
I did pretty well.
That Google review scam.
Tell myself
Yeah,
how good I
Google
did.
review. If you could leave our
Oh,
hospital
man.
a Google review, that'd be great.
Yeah, also maybe a Yelp review if you can
I
help.
mean, you can review hospitals.
Yeah.
Google and Yelp, I think.
She didn't know what she would do if Sonic didn't recover. Shadow wouldn't be able to do anything. She loved Sonic, but he was mental now. And
Every
and
time.
wasn't like the Sonic
Every
she
time.
used to know.
She loves Sonic,
Like,
but he was
literally-
retarded now. That's the polite.
Yeah, that's the polite word, right? You just say mental.
I mean,
That's not horrible.
and every time, because he's done this multiple times. So he used the word mental now. Every time it's ellipsis mental. Like he is, like he was trying
The
at some point
narrator
to
is
find a
searching
better
for the right
word.
word and then picks the wrong
He
one.
settles
every
on
time.
he settles on this one. Why?
Because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
Fair.
He's a Chuckinator.
That's true. Tails.
She yelled. The fox came running downstairs.
What is it?
He asked, concerned.
The mental hospital just called. Sonic's been moved there, and they're going to do everything they can to help him.
Allow me to pass along the non-answer.
Yeah, let me just
The
hold on.
best she's got.
Hold
That's
on.
good.
Between you getting downstairs, getting here, they sent me this flow chart, and
Let me see. I'm flipping through pages,
my
flipping
phone,
through
yeah.
a notebook.
That's good. Can we visit him?
Shadow shook her head.
he said they would call us when he was allowed to have any visitors.
Shadow gave him a sad smile.
Small smile.
It's one sad smile.
One sad smile.
Card in the corner.
Card in the corner.
I don't think that's going to happen for a long time.
Tails sighed. Me too. Tails.
Matt yawned. No, that's just because he's tired all the time.
What will happen to him? I mean, just out of curiosity.
Yeah,
JC.
I mean,
Yeah.
Checking the flowchart. Checking the flowchart.
yeah, is there any? Hold on, let me consult that.
What happened?
I'm sorry for your loss. No, that's not right.
No,
If
that's
a
not
fellow
right.
loved one asks about your
Found
daughter
it.
/ son / loved one /
Okay,
significant
guys, I
other,
found it.
this
I
is
found
what
it.
you
Oh,
say.
okay.
I found it here at like the end of the flowchart. If you follow all the no's, you get down to I don't know.
Shadow frowned and put a had on her abdomen.
Whatever that is.
Don't
I
do
know.
that. Don't do that.
She had
That
been
sounds
thinking
really
about
weird.
it last night and had come to a decision that she didn't want this baby. It would remind her too much of Sonic.
Oh.
Okay then.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah,
Got that.
Well,
got that over with.
All right, we answered what's happening to Sonic. Now let's talk about me.
Moving right along.
Tails, I can't keep this baby. It'll remind me of Sonic too much.
Where have I heard that before?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
have
that's
another
the only
circular
concern
conversation,
about-
Shadow. So you're going to abort it?
Tails asked,
Again?
casually.
Again?
Yeah.
Again?
He just keeps that.
He's
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
just desperate. He just invented a machine that aborts babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really needs to make
Oh,
But what is the
only works
strange one-time
once.
drawback to using it, though?
You can't have kids ever.
No, I was thinking it only. It's like,
Sterilization machine.
I was thinking it's like every other one of his inventions in the story. It only works once.
But it has to
Oh,
do
the
something
machine
strange.
breaks.
yeah, the machine just
Oh.
stops working after
It's just
one
a.
use.
It's a.
well, you know, you see, it's
Abortion.
well, no, you see what it is. It's kind of like
aborter?
you know how the gender changing machine can only change a person's gender once.
and only
Yeah.
be used once. It seems nobody else has touched it.
This can only
Well-
abort one way. What the hell?
Yeah, well, it can only, this machine also works only once on a person. You get one
Oh,
abortion
I
from
see.
this machine.
One
Yeah.
abortion
There
only.
we
Don't
go.
have any more kids. You're shit out of luck.
Yeah. Well, you could get another abortion just from somewhere else.
Not from that.
Not
Yeah,
from
not
this machine.
this machine. Yeah.
Tails asked. Shadow shrugged. She closed her eyes and nodded hesitantly.
Oh, wow.
I think that counts.
Yeah,
It does.
I digged
it's
it.
just fucking
Okay.
astounding.
Tears came to her eyes and she began to cry. The moment the tears started down her cheeks, Tails put his hands on her shoulders.
this shit again. Jesus
What the
Christ.
fuck?
If the thought's making you cry, don't do it. Just you know. I invented.
That's bad advice.
yeah.
That
All right.
is
So are you
bad
upset?
advice.
Just stop being upset.
Guys, the thought of reading the story is making me cry. Can
Then
I
don't
just
do
not
it.
Yeah,
Then don't
okay,
do
all
it.
right, guys.
Yeah,
I'm
just-
taking these off. No,
Bye,
don't touch
Matt.
me. I'm heading out, guys.
Matt, if Bob molesting you makes you upset, then just don't be upset.
Then don't be upset.
Don't do it.
Just refuse.
I got little tickles for you, man.
Don't tickle me. Stop.
Ignore the problem, Matt.
Yeah, you can
No,
know
you're right. I'm sorry. I
Hey,
just have
have
to
you
not
ever had
do
a
it.
problem?
Yeah.
Just stop having it.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
everything's good now. Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's
I believe that's what
amazing.
Hakuna Matata means.
Yeah.
Stop, ignore all
Really?
your problems.
Yeah.
It means
Like-
don't do it for the rest of your days.
I mean, really, this what's happening here is, Bob is curing depression with one simple action. Psychologists hate him.
What a weird trick.
Well, I
One
think the
weird
Chuckinator
trick.
is the one doing it, really, if you think about it.
Bob's
that's
TED
true.
Talk. If
Yeah.
you have a problem,
Don't.
you
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, just don't.
No, you don't.
Oh, also, Gilla, I'm just curious. Do you prefer the English or Dutch version of Hakuna Matata? I just want to get this on camera. Or Mike. What the hell
I
is that?
don't think I've ever actually heard the English version.
Oh.
Well,
Oh.
there you go.
I really like the Dutch version though, because the voice actors for Timon and Pumbaa are Belgian, so they speak Dutch with a Belgian accent,
Oh, that's great.
and it's really good. It works really well for their characters.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Anyway,
All right.
why shouldn't I?
Shadow asked him.
It was a mistake from the beginning. Sonic and I never meant to have sex. We were drunk. I love him, but he doesn't love me back yet.
Yup.
And now he's
Yet.
he's
He's kind of incapable.
Guys, was the mistake? Were they supposed to have sex?
It was a drunken mistake.
Was it a drunken mistake? Were they drunk when they had sex?
She sobbed even more.
I can't have this baby.
All right, Shadow. I'll call the hospital and tell them you decide to have an abortion.
Wow, Jesus!
What an asshole!
Yeah, I'm gonna call him and tell
I'm
him
gonna
that.
pressure you into getting an abortion.
I'm caught. If you back
And
out
then
of this shit, you better not back out of
No,
this shit
see,
because
he
I
has
fucking
reverse
called them
psychology,
already.
sir. He's like, well, if it makes you cry, don't do it. It's like, no, come on, I can't. Like, okay, fine, I'll have the abortion. And he's like, all right, I'll go.
At least
Call
she's
him
not
up.
having that super late
wow.
abortion from fucking
What a Girl Does.
Just get an egg, card in the corner. Yep. You know, where they like fucking just cut her open like operation and yank it out.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then, of course, Steve Eagle's like, did you handle the baby? By the way, nice teen pussy.
Just across the schoolyard.
Full volume.
I mean, Tails is a man of action, a
Yeah,
fox
yeah.
of action.
A Todd
Shadow's
of
just
action.
gonna cry over here, and Tails is gonna, do all the appointments and stuff.
Tears were building up in the fox's eyes. Oh, I guess not. Tears were building up in the fox's eyes as well as
As well as he watched.
Okay. Tears were building up in the fox's eyes as well as he watched Shadow sit there sobbing.
You might think Tails is sad too, but he's just really tired of having this fucking conversation.
Yeah.
We
It takes a lot of
about
time.
this for the
Yeah.
fifth.
Busy Todd.
See,
takes
listen
a
to
lot
his
out of him.
response.
Yeah. Please stop crying. Jesus fucking
Wow.
Shit.
The inflection on that just
Stop.
changes it. That
Christ.
was great.
Thank you.
Shadow stood up and ran upstairs, slamming the door behind her and locking it. She fell on the bed and continued to sob. Tails watched her run upstairs before biting his lower
He
lip.
bites his lower lip after he
Yeah.
watches her
I
run
love
upstairs.
to watch you cry, bitch. You
Dude,
slut.
when foxes bite their lower lips, just girl things.
Ooh. Ears bending down, he tried not to whimper as he went to the phone and dialed the number.
Oh, he's being
The
serious.
number.
He's just straight up actually
The
just
number
gonna
to
call
the
the fucking
hospital.
He's
doctor
just
and
make-
do this right here and now.
Yeah.
A few minutes later, he hung up.
No one said anything again.
Yeah, I didn't even
Hello,
It's just-
this is Mobius Hospital.
No,
It's
not
just
even
a
that. They
theme.
both picked
Hello?
up the phone and no one said anything.
Hello.
A few minutes later, he hung up.
Click.
The appointment would be a few days from now. He walked upstairs and knocked on the door.
Just a few days.
Yeah, there's no harm in waiting a few more days on
I remember
something
whenever
like
I
this.
called up the doctor and I told him I needed an appointment, they said, yeah, we'll have it in a few days from now. And that was it. That was all they fucking gave me.
Yeah,
A few days.
same. Like a while
Not
back.
even setting a time.
Yeah,
or-
not a time, not a date, a few days. That's all they gave
Just
me.
a few
Yeah,
days.
just bring her in from
We
the
got
hours
some
of
time.
8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Just gotta
we're
feel
open
it
from
out
8
a
to
bit.
5.
Feel
We've
it
got
out.
some time on Tuesday or Thursday or whatever.
It's
Friday.
going to take some time
But
to
if you come here when we're
realign.
not ready, then we're going to have to send you away.
We're kind of booked on the 17th, but otherwise... we're
Anytime
looking
after
good.
that, whatever. Just walk on in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easy.
Come back in December. We do discounts around the holidays.
Oh no! Oh no!
He walked upstairs and knocked on the door.
What the hell do you want?
Shadow asked.
Go away!
I called the hospital, and the doctor set an appointment for a few days from now.
Did he now?
Uh-huh.
He's still not doing her
At,
I just
at
love how this
least,
chapter
at
ends in
least
such a
even-
nonchalant way.
Yeah.
At least give an actual number of days. Like, come on, man.
Couple, few, yeah.
A
A
handful.
few. That's not at all an
handful of
ambiguous
days.
term. God damn it. That's fine. I just wish Sonic was here.
Tails nodded and went downstairs.
The end.
All right.
And that's
He
what
just
the chapter,
nodded.
baby.
I know.
Shadow,
Just alone,
Shadow
my
couldn't
lonely
even
mind.
see. Like Shadow couldn't even see him. He was on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
All right, we
One-
got that shit over
We're
with.
1/4 done with the story.
Well,
That
we're
nod
about-
was for
yeah,
him.
Oh, yeah.
And I know we've got another chapter. I'm just saying we're 1/4 done with the story, but this story hasn't even begun to get crazy.
Well, it's
How?
going to begin.
How the fuck? Oh,
Because
chapter
chapter 8 is the beginning of insanity.
What the fuck was everything before?
Oh, finally!
That was normal.
Prelude
to About time
How
that
was
we-
before not
Okay,
the beginning
it was
to the
Beethoven's
Matt.
first through fourth symphony.
About time we got to the crazy bit.
Yeah. The beginning
Yeah.
of insanity.
The beginning of insanity.
Finally,
It's
let's
number
begin.
8, Crazy 8.
The doctors looked at Sonic sitting in his room. They couldn't get him to do anything.
do anything.
Just leave the keys in front of his
Sonic.
face.
Come on,
Like,
Sonic.
just kick this ball or something.
Oh my god, I love this. I love this next paragraph.
Sonic? A doctor asked, putting a hand on his shoulder, noticing the armless stump.
My bad.
Oh, whoa, jeez.
My bad.
What?
Not very observant.
He didn't even check the notes before he came in the room?
Are you sure they even had notes? The
Yeah,
dude had
maybe
to
not.
fucking check notes.
Did he even
He
look
checked-
at Sonic before talking to him?
Did anybody tell these people he was even gonna be here?
I thought,
Sounds like he
I thought exam room 6 was open. There's a hedgehog in there. Who put him in here?
All the papers
Who
say
put this
is
guy in
Blue
here?
Hedgehog room
He
6, and there's nothing about his condition.
Can somebody get him
or
out of
what
here?
he's
Is
like.
it good to be discharged? Sonic, can you leave?
He's going through the flowchart to try to get Sonic
Yeah.
to do anything.
Sonic the Hogwash.
He doesn't know anything.
Okay, let's
about
see.
it.
So, okay, step 1. Is there a blue hedgehog? Yes. Okay. Does he have arms? Hold on, let
No.
me check. No.
There's no path on this flowchart.
Shit, and it just ends there. What the fuck am I supposed to do now? I'm gonna have to
Well,
call
that's
the
not helpful.
manager.
The blue hedgehog did nothing. He sat there with a blank expression on his face and looked around. So he didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
He did.
The
Yeah,
doctor
looking
looked back
around
at the
is doing
others in
things.
concern. He still isn't responding. What should we do? We may have to refer him to a psychologist. Another doctor said. At
You're
a
at
mental hospital.
What the fuck?
Do we even have psychologists here?
Yeah, here at Mario's mental hospital, we all talk like Hotel Mario.
This worries me. He was diagnosed a few weeks ago with schizophrenia and is already catatonic. Of course, he was abused as a child.
What the
Oh my god. So you did have notes.
So you said this is a Mario, right?
Yeah.
Oh, let's find him one then, Mario.
Ah, shit, Mario, we gotta find him a psychologist.
They,
Let's find him a psychologist. The doctors at the mental
There's
hospital
gotta be one
said.
around here somewhere.
one of these guys has a doctorate in something medical, right? Like,
No, wait, instead of Hotel Mario, it's Mental Hospital Mario, where they're going up and down elevator doors in the mental hospital trying to find Sonic a psychologist.
The greatest trick these doctors ever pulled was not revealing that they got a doctorate in pottery.
Yeah.
pottery.
Or maybe,
I thought you were gonna go art history or something, but pottery.
maybe there are a bunch of washed-up celebrities that got those honorary degrees. Like Will Ferrell got that honorary degree. Do you trust Will Ferrell to fucking handle your schizophrenic best
Yes. He's Will Ferrell. He's a doctor.
friend? Yeah.
They nodded and looked at Sonic, then left the room.
My work here is done.
Wait.
Bye.
Let's just leave this patient unsupervised.
When they did, Sonic hesitated.
Fuck you, Chuckinator.
He went from doing nothing
How
to
could he
hesitating.
hesitate if
That's
he
good.
wasn't doing anything.
Fuck
He stood up and began to write on the wall what the voices in his head were telling him, using his feet to do so.
Oh,
So he's
thanks
just like
for
that character
explaining.
from Thrill Kill.
Yeah, I guess.
So
That
he has
crazy
a
guy with
pen?
no arms that fights with his feet.
So, but he has a pen then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
When he was done, Sonic sat back and stared at what he had written.
My masterpiece.
The words said negative stuff, like how he shouldn't have been born, how he should kill his friends and himself, etc.
Etc.
Sonic
As you
sat
do.
back down in the chair, muttering under his breath. When the doctors returned, they were mildly surprised by what he had written on the wall. They rushed to Sonic to find that his feet were bruised and bloody from what he was doing,
Oh, he's writing in blood.
what he had been doing. The schizophrenic
Oh.
looked at the doctors, afraid.
I don't like any of this.
He heard a voice in his head say,
Oh, that's
those voices in his head are really being honest with him.
Yeah.
well, at
mean,
least
honest-
they give him a course of action to follow.
You know,
I guess.
honestly, though, not wrong. They kind of are just gonna keep it a prisoner here. They
Yeah.
just threw him in a room and left him.
They're not doing fucking anything to him.
They're not really doing anything.
They didn't even know he was here.
Well, you know what?
Is they really? Are the voices really that wrong?
I think this is it. The beginning of
Of
the beginning.
insanity.
This is it. Here we go. Look at this. I love this.
Oh my god!
But you know what?
Fuck?
Maybe
Oh,
just this whole
boy.
paragraph.
Yeah, I'll just get through this whole paragraph.
Yeah, give us the thing.
Sonic hesitated and then lunged at the doctors. The doctors
Oh.
moved towards the door, alarmed by Sonic's sudden lunge. Due to his actions over the past few hours, it was one of the last things they had been expecting from him. He moved at a fast speed. They couldn't keep up with him. A few minutes later, the doctors were dead, and the room, along with Sonic, was covered in blood. The schizophrenic looked at them, then sat on the ground and began to cry.
What the fuck?
A combination of like classic Sonic and edgy Sonic. It's like, you know,
Gotta go fast, but also gotta kill.
Yeah, like when they did all those edgy miniseries and like, you know, like of comic book characters.
Yeah, yeah.
Like where the Hulk got cancer or whatever. It's like that sort of shit. Also bathed in blood.
Right.
Bathed in blood.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck? Why? What? How?
He
What?
spin dashed someone's freaking head off or something.
You don't need arms to do a spin dash.
But like,
That's true. He has quills.
Actually, we don't know what you need to do a spin dash.
Has anyone done one in real life?
You need a very
there a
weird,
Wiki
like,
out?
balancing
Wiki out the spin
sense
dash?
of balance.
We should look that up, yeah. How to roll like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh no.
It wasn't like him to do something like this. He knew it wasn't. But the voices wouldn't let him ignore them. Every time he tried, they just kept getting louder.
Hey, Sonic, look over there. Look, Sonic, that's cool. Go do a thing. Sonic, hey, Sonic, do a thing, man.
Sonic, what? Haha, made you look.
Made you listen.
Yeah, made you kill them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh,
that was real good.
Good goof.
It was a good goof.
Maybe you should kill them also. More people. Kill them all.
Sonic.
Maybe you should
Murder
listen
the
to
innocent
Kill 'Em All.
Sonic. Sonic, murder the innocent. Do it now.
Stop it.
He said.
Stop telling me what to do.
I'm just a hog and life is a nightmare.
The manager of the hospital rushed in and gasped
Oh,
at the
hey, is
scene.
that guy? I
What
love
is
that
going
guy.
on in here?
Sonic had killed and was now classified as highly dangerous.
Oh god, Sonic
Aw,
is a
man,
keter.
that's gonna take-
lethal
Yeah,
vector.
classification.
I don't think you guys understand the seriousness of that. Do you know how much paperwork goes into that? Like, holy crap!
God. Now the whole flowchart is different.
Oh
We
god,
need to-
where is the part of the flowchart where Sonic murders somebody? What I'm supposed to do after that? God damn it.
Oh, I found it. Flee for your fucking life.
Oh, that's what he does, basically. They had to get him somewhere else. The manager ran back out of the room, picking up the phone to call and see what they could do about Sonic.
So I don't have the clearance to escalate him to highly dangerous. Can I get someone who can?
Yeah, we'll get somebody up in HR to get the paperwork down to you.
Sonic just killed somebody. Can y'all see what you can do about that? I mean, like, 'cause I don't
Maybe
really
I
wanna-
should lock. Does
I
this
don't
door
really
have
want
a
to get
lock?
involved
I
with
didn't
this
check.
situation. It's a little, I don't want to touch him.
I'd
He's
rather
got
keep
blood
my
on him.
life. No, I can't put a straitjacket on him. He has no arms. It wouldn't do
The
it.
arms aren't the problem, it's the quills!
Also, he's
And his
very
weird human
fast.
teeth!
Also, he's really fast.
While he waited...
He's just on hold.
Sonic went on a
He's
rampage
just on
and literally
hold.
just sits down and behaves himself afterwards.
On hold while he's calling for help. I love that.
While he waited, he gave orders to the other people in the hospital. Eventually, the decided to transfer him to an insane asylum. He was too dangerous, and now they had reason to believe Sonic was insane too.
What the? How does he think hospitals work?
I care about the fact that they
So
thought he was
wait.
just normal
Okay,
before.
so it's pretty insensitive to call someone just like insane when they have a mental illness.
Yeah.
It's also insensitive to call them mental. But I love that in Chuckinator's mind, there's a scale, and it goes sane at the bottom, and then mental, totally separate layer from insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like you go sane, oh, you're not sane anymore, now you're mental. Oh, you're not mental anymore, now you're insane.
Yeah. They have the hospital.
And insane is totally separate from dangerous.
Yeah.
But you
They have
see,
the
it's
hospital,
it's
the mental
fine. There's a
hospital, and the
reason.
insane asylum.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? This story is the reason for my insanity.
It's like a bingo card.
Yeah. You're about to go crazy and then just kill us and then just sit down and cry for a while.
And then fucking Robert's gonna run in.
What is
he's
the?
gonna,
It'll
he's
be
gonna,
like
he's gonna seal the blood, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I gotta call somebody."
He'll call 911 and be on hold and sit outside and just wait for
Sit
it.
outside and vape.
a nice thought experiment.
911 to show up. Yeah.
A nice thought experiment at that point is, what is then the difference between Matt and Sonic?
Yeah.
The answer is the arms. It's the arms.
Oh, I still have mine. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
That's
I
the
thought you
And I
were about
difference.
to
can't
make a
spin
reference.
dash as well either. I'm not the best at that.
I thought Yellow was about to make a reference to that story with that one fucking guy who goes to the insane asylum to check himself in, and he's like,
Oh,
"I'm
yeah,
not
that
crazy,
guy.
I'm
Oh.
mad," or whatever.
Oh,
the
that
fuck.
guy. Oh, I remember that
the
one.
Batman one where he checks
No,
in
no.
like a hotel.
No,
he goes
no,
over
no.
to someone
It
and
was,
just checks in.
I don't remember the
I
name
forget
of it.
what it-
It's been
I
so
don't
long.
Once I
remember,
figure it
but it's
out,
been a
if
long
I've got
time.
enough cards, I'll put a card in the corner.
Yeah.
All right. The manager sighed once he had hung up. It wasn't gonna be easy getting Sonic transferred,
Yeah, because he's really fast.
he said as he came back to the patient's cell.
Why did you do it?
Why
The
did
hedgehog
you
was
do-
silent for a moment.
That should
Holy
have-
shit!
honest-
He could have
Hey,
said
Matt.
hesitated, and he didn't.
No, he
You're gonna
didn't. He
go
missed
back
one.
and have
Also,
a conversation with
I feel-
Sonic.
Come on, man.
I
Why'd
feel
you
like
do?
yeah, there you go. That's a good way of saying it, man. That's good inflection on that.
Well, Sonic is at least more lucid and he's responding to
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Voices.
By disturbed, he finally said, rocking back and forth.
What do you mean by that?
Fucking awesome this?
Sonic looked
He's
up
the
at him.
manager. He's not a doctor. He's just the manager.
I'm not.
I
He doesn't know
told
what
you.
he's
He works 1 day a week. He shows up on Friday and then he's
He
done.
got a managerial degree, not a doctor.
Yeah, he has no medical training at all.
Yeah. He came from rent to manager.
Yeah.
He's a temp
He's a
that got promoted to manager.
He has a PhD in managing. He's just not that kind of doctor.
They're telling me all these things, and they make sense, so I can't just ignore them.
The doctor is a doctor now.
He is a
Sighed and
he is
looked
a,
up at the
he is
wall.
a doctorate in managing.
Oh, yeah.
Did you write that?
He messed up the
Did
wall.
I do that?
Sonic nodded.
Why?
That's what they're telling me.
Whatever.
The doctor's
that
eyes
makes
widened
sense.
and he sighed.
Dude, fanfic doctors, are they all such assholes?
Are you exhibiting any other symptoms besides the hallucinations?
Why don't you figure that out, Mr. Doctor?
Don't you? You know, there's the
Figure
one
it out! That's your job!
The notes off the dead bodies in front of you.
They make such a big deal out of doctors, but every time I go to the doctor, they just ask me.
How you doing? What's wrong with you?
They ask me what's wrong with me, and when I say I don't know,
Is
they're
it
like,
your kidneys? I don't know. It might be. I'm not a doctor.
Well, I mean,
That's
about all I can do.
There's
I'm a
just
manager.
bodies everywhere. He's just having this fucking conversation.
He asked, pulling out a pen and paper to write down notes.
I gotta fill out
next
All
to
right,
a bunch
let me-
of corpses.
Let me just update this here flow chart depending on your answers.
All right,
let's see.
say we'll use this for the next insane hedgehog that comes in here and kills people.
Yeah, he pulls out a scroll and like a quill pen, dips it in the blood, and starts writing. And Connor and like Sonic's like, where do you keep getting these? Did you rob like a
Did you raid an ancient pirate ship or some shit? Sonic looked at the doctor in confusion.
What do you mean?
There are other symptoms of schizophrenia besides hearing voices, like delusions, thought and movement disorders, lack of pleasure in everyday life, lack of ability to begin and sustain planned activities, trouble focusing and speaking little.
Thanks, WebMD.
All right, so being a schizophrenic means that you're apparently also, a virgin. That's like, the Chad life versus the virgin life.
Have you had any of those? We know you've been severely catatonic. What the fuck?
I mean,
Why
to
are
be
you
fair-
asking?
Yeah, aside from
To be
the going
fair-
insane, cutting my arms off, and killing people, I've also had a lack of pleasure in my everyday life.
I plan activities and I can
Hey,
never
to be
ever
fair-
follow up on them. I
Because I
to
don't
be
have
fair,
arms.
Yeah.
Because I've been locked in
yeah.
the fucking
Also,
hospital.
also it's also kind of hard to follow up on planned activities if you're catatonic. So fair.
around my house I have these like half-finished model cars.
I planned a bunch of activities, but but I've been too catatonic to do any of
I
them.
moved too fast. I can't wait for the glue or paint to dry, so it's a big fucking mess.
That's a response!
Sonic thought over everything that had recently been happening to him.
Right.
I don't think so. Maybe a little.
All right, so that's a
By
definite
the end of this conversation, you'll be like,
maybe.
you know what? After talking, I feel a lot better. Thanks, Doc. I shake your hand, but he just walks out.
The doctor
Arm
nodded
joke.
and wrote down notes, then stood up.
Notes.
He just sat down on the floor, I guess.
No, he sat down on a corpse.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, just
Oh, yeah,
just
that's
he
like-
pick-
that's a bit more comfortable.
Sitting, you're right. Where
Well,
was
it's
he
nice as
sitting?
the limbs are starting to stiffen, so he could sort of position his arms and stuff, make like a little bench.
Yeah.
He used each hand to clutch
That's
his
some
butt.
heavy rigor.
Like a hand
That's some-
for each cheek.
That's some pretty insane rigor mortis right there.
And then, of course, that means the hands will have to stick up out of...
man. You could just...
And then the hands will have to stick up out of the coffin when they bury the guy.
We'll be transferring you into a sane asylum in an hour.
He said, then walked out of the room and closed the door before locking it.
I thought
he
it
closed it
said it
first.
would be easy.
I'll just leave you in here with your corpses.
I've got
Have fun.
I've got
walked-
shit to do.
When he walked in and then ran away, he left the door open, apparently.
Yeah. Sonic
Yeah.
sat there for a few moments
Even though he
before...
just seen Sonic kill some people, or at
Yeah,
least
well-
the results of that.
Yeah, whatever.
Also,
Sonic
those
sat there-
bodies are still in there.
yeah, they're just there.
Yeah, he left him with his corpses.
Much like swimwear.
Sonic sat there for a few moments before his eyes widened. Did the doctor just say insane asylum? But why?
Sonic, you just fucking murdered people!
I feel fine, though. Why do I need to go to an
let's
insane
be
asylum?
fair. Let's be fair. Sonic is mentally unwell right now, so it kind of makes sense that he doesn't recognize.
Okay, yeah.
If
Yeah,
the
that
other people in the story were like, I don't know why he needs to go to insane, then I'd be like, okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just hold the phone for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Don't
right
speak
back.
into it. Nobody
Yeah, don't
talks
speak
into
into
the
it.
phone ever, but just hold it.
I don't need to go there.
Sonic said. Shaking his head, he heard the voices start again.
Oh no.
They said. Sonic nodded. Then he closed his eyes before turning into his dark form.
Oh my god, you just
Oh.
activated his fucking dark side!
The violent hedgehog blasted the door open and walked out of the cell.
Is this fucking for real?
It was time for the murder to begin.
Is this real? He really did just activate his fucking dark side unironically.
Everyone
need.
nearby looked over at the dark hedgehog in confusion at first.
Oh,
I thought he
then
was
I
blue.
understand.
Once his gaze was trained on them, a feral grin broke across his face, and he got ready. Even with
Oh,
no
no.
arms, he still had ways of killing people.
Obviously, you already did.
The doctors
yeah.
tried to run away, not making it very far. Sonic was more than happy to use his speed now, even in such a small area.
Okay, all I could think of is him being a werewolf.
Hold on.
And I want to know.
Hold on, this is even better than a werehog. He laughed and used energy beams from his mouth.
What the fuck?
Right. I was going to say that I sort of imagine him as like a cross between Sonic and like Carnage when he breaks out of the asylum, but now it's more like a cross between Sonic and Gojira.
In Sonic X, there is a dark Sonic form.
Yeah.
I believe when
Yeah.
Sonic believes Eggman killed Tails.
Yeah, Darnik the Hedgehog.
Darnik the Hedgehog, as the fans call him. But he never shot energy beams from his mouth.
Yeah, like fucking Godzilla just...
I was thinking, like,
Yeah,
I
just
was wondering,
atomic breath.
I was wondering if he had stretchy stumps, you know, because the werewolf had
Oh
stretchy arms.
no.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe he's just got stretchy
No,
stumps.
it's much stupider than
But
that.
no, it's him shooting fucking laser beams out of his mouth. How?
Freaking laser beams, man.
Yeah. Hovering in midair, his aura cracked and he closed his eyes, creating a large blast that engulfed the area, killing many doctors. More of them
Many
came
doctors.
to see what the commotion was, yelling for help when they saw.
What was that noise? Ah!
Must have been the wind.
Footprints are these?
Must have been the wind. What was that?
Wait,
I like how Chuckinator doesn't like to use any precise things ever. It's just few days. Some guys.
He wants to give a little bit of room to
Let
give
your
or take one or
imagination
two.
take flight.
Yeah, with a number.
Yeah.
You can choose a number. That's the imagination taking flight.
Yeah,
It's a
put too
really
many hard
complex
details.
version. It's a really complex version of Number Wang.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you put too many hard details in. It's like trying to take off a plane from a forest. There's too much in your imaginations,
Right, yeah.
But this story's just a big field.
Yeah. More of them came to see what the commotion. They proved no match for Sonic.
Were they even trying to
However,
fight him?
he chuckled, then saw a knife on the ground and decided to use that
was
to kill
that
the remaining
there?
doctors, including the manager who had ordered his transfer.
You know,
Okay,
I understand.
how did he-
You're not American. You don't understand the American doctor system, but in America, doctors just carry knives around. Okay,
Yeah.
every doctor has a knife.
You know how they say
all
scalpel?
have knives.
The reason the doctors are always asking for the scalpel is because they don't want to use their much bigger knives.
They're always like, they
there's-
all just have
I
knives.
just-
So whenever he killed one of the doctors, their knife fell out of their pocket, you know, and he picked it up with his teeth.
Teeth or something.
Probably his teeth, yeah.
No, he was shooting.
I like to
laser beams. He had pick it
imagine,
up
by
with
the
his
way,
toes.
I like to imagine him picking it up with his teeth, because, you know, he's currently in his dark form, so he's floating. So instead of, like, bending over to grab it with his mouth, he just flips, he just floats upside down and then grabs it with his
Lowers
mouth.
himself upside down,
But like, I don't know, just like a language thing. Just they prove no match implies they were trying to fight him.
Yeah, I
I feel
know.
like if I beat
Yeah,
up a
that's
baby,
really
They're all
good.
that
carrying
baby
knives,
proved no
Blake.
match for me.
They're all carrying knives.
It kind of implies that someone might have.
Yeah. Like who
Who would? He's floating in the air shooting beams from his mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Frieza
like,
destroyed
this-
all of the
He has
Namekians,
like a,
they
he has like a
didn't stand
fucking
chance.
dark aura around him. Like, you back away from that. That's in the flowchart. You back away.
Yeah.
Well, first thing in the flowchart is approach, look at it, and then run away.
Yeah.
That's true.
Done with the killing, Sonic turned his attention to the doors. He chuckled
Man.
darkly, and then created a massive chaos blaze that slammed the doors open.
What the
Broke one
fuck is
through
a
to the other
chaos
side.
blaze?
Thunder, rain, and lightning were outside, and the insane hedgehog grinned, then ran out of the hospital and into the city, still carrying the knife.
You know, the way that reads, it doesn't sound like it's raining and thundering and lightning. It just sounds like
Thunder.
outside there were some thunder, rain, and lightning. Just, you know,
Hanging
out there in the
right
world.
outside right at the
Out there in the
I
world.
know-
It's not doing it right here. It's just out there.
I don't know who Thunder and Rain are, but is that Lightning from Final Fantasy 13? What is she doing here?
Rain is from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a crazy crossover now.
I mean, rain is awesome.
This is the beginning of insanity.
Yeah.
Not many people seem to be outside in this weather, and everyone who was didn't bother the hedgehog.
Wow.
In fact, most everyone the hedgehog went by ran away at the
So
sight
the
of it.
doctors were trying to kill him.
Yes.
Yeah.
They just
Sounds
straight
like
up
Most
it.
of
were.
them ran away, but one of them was like, "This is my time."
He like it's
This
like
is
an
my
anime
time. He
moment where
pulls
just
out
like,
his knife.
yeah, he like whips his knife out, brings his arm around, and his coat flies up behind it.
Yeah,
you
like
know?
Naruto running at them.
yeah.
Sonic stopped and looked around. The voices in his head were growing louder. He thought about where to go.
Just pulls up Google and hits like I don't know, like food or something.
Yeah,
to
take
see
me
what's
to
in
an
the area.
interesting place, Google.
Yeah.
One of the voices suggested. The schizophrenic chuckled, then teleported out of the area and towards Christmas Island. It was time to have a little family reunion.
Ooh, dun dun dun, I
So why is
guess.
this on fanfiction.net? This is just real life.
Yeah, Christmas Island's a real place. Here we go.
It's just a documentary.
Oh, this is a
This
documentary?
should just be on fiction.
Christmas.
This is all really
Christmas
good.
Island. Christmas Island is as real as Station Square, which is everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, next meetup we should go to Christmas Island.
Yeah.
It's actually really inexpensive because it's not a super touristy place.
Yeah,
And
it's a
beautiful.
barren wasteland after Sonic.
Yeah.
Guys, are you excited for future chapters?
I know I am.
Sure.
I can't wait to see the comments section underneath this video.
I can't wait to see. Can we
Oh,
before we
man.
go? Can we see the title of the next chapter? Just
Yeah.
the title. I want to know.
All right,
Oh boy.
Well, the title
Yeah,
it's
for next
called-
time.
is shocking,
Shocking
news.
Yeah.
Shacking news.
Oh.
See you next time on A Reason for Insanity. Thank you for watching, and an extra special thanks to our Platinum D-Hole patrons, ODST795 and Polly Hebert. If you've been enjoying our content, we would appreciate Patreon support at any level. Even $1 a month will grant you perks in the public Discord and on the monthly Patreon poll. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.